Let me see. Check, see if I'm streaming.
This is a family, bound by blood. Okay, we cash out for this property because your ground is turned on. Give me 17 cents on Bitcoin.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, we're going. We're live. Get ready to get pissed, puppets. And so I'm gonna go ahead and call it out that y'all gonna claim that y'all not. You're first gonna say you're gonna draw the conclusion that this is a mark against me. You're gonna say that this is evidence that ELPRESADOR got the better of me. No. No. This is exactly evidence that I got the better of ELPRESADOR. And it's going to point it out very, very good. Very, very well. The YouTuber itself doesn't point out a positive towards evolving me against ELPRESADOR or ELPRESADOR against me. He doesn't really throw a hat or put a horse in the race, but he's just bringing up that there was an interaction between me and ELPRESADOR. But but bottom line, most of the reason why I'm making this stream is to say thanks to the YouTuber for the more exposure, the more it puts me out there, even though it's just a brief mention, a brief moment of showing me and showing my channel name and shit and mentioning me. Still say thanks. Y'all puppets want to believe that this would aggravate me, that it would upset me. No, we all know who's pissed. Who this video, if you take interest and go and watch it, even at the beginning of where it's about to start mentioning me, he literally says, like I said, he doesn't throw a hat or bet on a horse between the race between me and ELPRESADOR, but he literally says he's mad at Boogie, he's mad at Wings, and he literally brings up there's two other YouTubers. Why, if ELPRESADOR was winning or got what he wanted out of me, why would he clarify me as someone that has pissed him off? But bottom line is, I wanted to say thank you to this YouTuber for the exposure. Again, I want to say thank you for ELPRESADOR. If it wasn't for ELPRESADOR making videos about me in the first place, this video wouldn't have been made, because if ELPRESADOR didn't make videos about me, this dude eventually would have made a video about ELPRESADOR. And if ELPRESADOR made a video about me, I wouldn't have been brung up, because I wouldn't, in all round turn, I wouldn't be mentioned. See, I'm real. I can't thank this dude for mentioning me without thanking ELPRESADOR, because I'm real. Because I know if it wasn't for ELPRESADOR in the first place making videos about me, regardless of what you think or what he proclaims he was doing, which he was not. We all know he was not. And I'm going to prove that. Um, but I definitely highly recommend going and watch this video. I wish I could stream reacting to the whole thing, but I can't. It's an hour and a half video, so at most I might end up adding an hour to it. So my video will end up being an hour and a half on top of another hour at most, maybe an hour and a half. So that would nearly make my video nearly 5 hours. I ain't gonna do that. No, no, no. So I'm just going to play the part he's bringing me up. And then I might start the video over and let you hear all the deep analyzation that this dude does, bringing out the truth about ELPRESADOR. So let's listen.
So, Chuck now has hate towards Wings of Redemption, Boogie 2988, and...
Now, you heard him. You heard him. So, Wings of Redemption, ELPRESADOR has hate for Wings of Redemption, Boogie 2988.
Lucy Tube, by the sounds of it. There are 2 more people that have been added to that list in 20...
2 more people that's been added to that list. Now, if he is, as he is so-called claimed, that he was manipulating me the whole time. It was all facade to fool me. Then there would be no hate. There would be no hate. And there most certainly would be no anger, malice shown to this day if someone brings me up to him and then he blocks and goes in a fit of rage. But again, that's with anybody with life, that right there is evidence enough. But this dude brings it up perfectly, and you see he's got a picture of me recent, me standing in front of my anime and shit. And this dude brings up that and what I've known all along, brings up what I knew all along. ELPRESADOR is what's the word? I had it before. God, I can't think of it. Shit. I can't think of it. And a damn speech impediment. He's a reoccurring liar. I can't think of the goddamn word now. Shit. I should have. But anyways, he literally brings up that ELPRESADOR lies about this, lies about that, lies about this. He literally brings up how much ELPRESADOR has lied and then contradict himself, condemning people for shit he does. I mean, for other people does, and do it himself. Getting on for Wings of Redemption, disabling his comments, and then shortly later, ELPRESADOR disables his comments. Getting on for Wings of Redemption for begging for donations. And then ELPRESADOR, this dude literally brings up everything, and he doesn't bring it up as a scorn fan. He brings it up as it being the truth, and as part of the fucking reason why ELPRESADOR popularity or his fame has crumbled. But bottom line, let's get back to playing.
19. The first one is So Real 187. So Real 187 is a Call of Duty commentator and is more of an unknown when compared to the others on the puppet list. The beef started like so.
Someone had the nerve to ask me who my greatest puppet was.
See, he didn't do his dig. He didn't do his due diligence. In this video, he puts on a skit where he tries to contact one of El Presador's longtime fans and does like a skit thing, and then like he's trying to portray he's really contacted a fan that wasn't a fan. But I did quite understand that part. But nevertheless, he doesn't know the full facts involving me and El Presador, which I don't really care. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. But he just digs it into, like, watches a video where El Presador starts saying, "Who's my biggest puppet?" And of course he brings up me. And El Presador, let's just listen to what he says.
He's so slob. Never in a million years that I think he danced for 10 years. We did one of these jobs on him.
10
Man, you're a
years.
beast. You know, you condescend somebody, and an intelligent person will know what you're doing, but he's like a child like mine. He thought we were serious. And then we delivered the UVC bombshell on him and just started clowning. I kept making him make video after video on the UVC, and he started doing it. Then he started getting the picture what I was doing to him, and he's been acting like a scorn puppet ever since.
And the beef.
Ever since I've been acting like the scorn puppet ever since. That's laughable. The dude's downright started fucking. He started. He started deleting his live streams over me. He used to live stream from his phone and shit back in when he started doing this shit, and he would leave them. He would never delete them. And then all of a sudden, after that one where he showed a real rage over me, slamming his fist on the armrest of his fucking chair, and it fucking raged and fucking deleted that one, and just so it wouldn't be look suspicious that he only deleted that one. He started deleting all the other ones following after that one, just so it wouldn't look suspicious that he deleted that fucking one. And it would be one thing. Granted, I would be right along if I didn't have the full facts. Like this dude, he doesn't have the full facts to think that this dude's right is going to speak the truth. I was playing games with him. I wasn't this normal Joe that, like, fucking, what's his name? Benton Cohey. I wasn't this normal Joe like Benton Cohey that was made videos about, and that was it. The minimum effort El Presador put in just to make videos about me. No, El Presador played games with me. He bought consoles at my suggestion. He bought games at bought and downloaded games at my suggestion. He was fucking. He mocked me for getting the fucking cell phone that I got. One of the very first videos he made mocking about me was about me getting my new cell phone, in which he had full first-hand knowledge that I was going to get that cell phone because we was in a party chat playing the game together a couple of days before I bought it, and I was telling him that I bought the damn cell phone. and he was asking me, should he get the same cell phone too? And he did so, even though he mocked me for getting it himself. And you think I didn't know? You think this motherfucker, before this part of this video, he's habitually, what's the fucking word? Oh, shit, wait. Compulsive. He's a compulsive liar. He's a compulsive fucking liar. This dude that makes this video fucking brings out that he's turned on everybody. He was once he was calling fucking Wings of Redemption a beast. He's calling him a beast because he said I hated campers, but Wings of Redemption taught me how to deal with campers. And then all of a sudden he turns on Wings of Redemption because one gameplay, one video, Wings of Redemption was like promoting camping or was starting to look like he was camping, and then all things turned on him. And it would, like I said, it would be one thing if it was just ELPRESADOR making videos about me. If it was just ELPRESADOR making videos about me and putting minimum effort as equal as he was Ben Cohee, but he wasn't. He was playing games with me. He was asking personal preferences of me. He was asking. He was. And again, y'all's reaction, knowing what's going to happen, knowing y'all running out of this stream, is a sign that y'all just can't handle the fucking truth. But you're going to come right back in. You're going to come right back in. And you're going to leave again. You're going to come back in. And then when the stream is over and it starts to change your format into a video, you'll make your personal comments in there. Oh my God. The dude got played. Not in general that's not what I seeked out to do. That's not what I had in general to do. He's wanting to portray that this is what he had planned. With him saying that I wasn't being sincere, calling him a beast and shit like that. He's needing to spit that. He's needing to spit that. I don't need to spit that I had all this planned, that I want him to make videos about me, and then I was going to aggravate him, which in all reality I did do, but I didn't have it in mind to be malice towards him, or a disdain or a dislike, or to leave a bitter taste in his mouth. I was, when he started making a video about me, I was happy. I was like, cool. He's a semi-big YouTuber that I caught. I got him interest, and he was cool. He brung me up. He bitching me, and I thanked him for it. That's all. And that's all I was going to do. That's all I was going to do. But it wasn't enough for him. It wasn't enough for him. He, just like all the other people, and I've proven I had knowledge of all the other people, because I've proven that I made videos. I've made videos on Ben Cohee before I made videos on ELPRESADOR. So if I knew about Ben Cohee, which is a smaller YouTuber was smaller than myself, and I knew about him, and I was making videos about Ben Cohee, it's obviously I had this plan. I had it planned for ELPRESADOR. I was going to do. I literally made videos. Say, I know this guy too, and I'm going to make videos about him. So I knew how he turned on Ben Cohee, and the irony that this YouTuber, the irony that he brings up all these other YouTubers that ELPRESADOR is turned on, that once speak positive, and over the most minor things, littlest things would turn him around and talk negative about them. This YouTuber brings up ELPRESADOR and his racist shit. He literally he points out all the racist shit, and El Presidor is quick to talk about things about people that he don't like, that he can't stand. He's ready to beat the shit out of these people, or it's about these about it's like these things that's got these things about him that he don't like. He's ready to beat the shit out of them. But yeah, he's racist himself, and that's the thing he turned on Benton Cohee for. The reason why he turned on Benton Cohee went from a beast to a bitch is because Ben Cohee tweeted a couple racial slurs. And like I said, this dude, this YouTuber, brings up a whole lot of contradictions within El Presidor. He doesn't show El Presidor mocking me for my dyslexia, but he does bring up El Presidor having dyslexia, mispronouncing things, spelling shit wrong, doing that, and knowing very well, y'all know very well that he mocked him. One of the biggest things he tries to punk me for. This YouTuber brings it out and shows complete evidence he does it himself. He literally lays the whole. He doesn't set a plate. He lays the whole table out, showing how much a liar, a pathological liar El Presidor is, and a compulsive liar he is, and a complete contradiction. And you think, you puppets, you think that this, him making this video, and this YouTuber making this video and putting this up here, and El Presidor saying that he played me, is a win for El Presidor. When basically he's calling this, he's saying that this dude is mad at me, and is making videos like this, and showing him and saying he's mad at me, and he is mad at me. He is mad at me. He's been proven. He's deleted videos. He's blocked people. He brings up the let's get watching this video.
From there, and it goes on and on, calling him so slob. The other one on the list is an old friend of Chuck's, another Call of Duty commentator, Only Use Me Blade.
But let's go ahead.
YouTube has been around for what seems like forever, and for some of you watching, you wouldn't be old enough to remember a time. To best understand this man, it's best to start at the very beginning. El Presidor's YouTube career began on the 6th of July 2008, about 17 years ago. Let's take a look.
You need help on defense. Well, 6'1", 238 pounds. Would I be enough help? As you can see, look at my gym set here. I keep in shape. I run a 40 in 5.7 seconds. I'm ready to re-enroll in college. I'm ready to do it, Lockhaven. Are you going to give me the chance? Is it a match made in heaven, Lockhaven? Is it a match?
Game resistance, in case you didn't know.
Firearm resistance. Firearm resistance too, baby. Firearm resistance too.
And my favourite, Chips and Dip's Halo Party.
Chips and Dip. Chips and Dip Halo Party.
You see, he even mentions his favorite part, Chips and Dip Halo Party. Even he's mentioning his favorite. So he is a fan, but he's not going to sugarcoat everything and say everything's A-OK, perfect and fine and dandy. I wasn't going to sugarcoat and let things go out and play the way El Presidor wanted to play, way he wanted to play out. Bottom line is, I liked El Presidor videos. I loved El Presidor's Ray videos. I still find times where I want, and I do, I go to And I'm glad El Presidor's main channel is back. I'm ecstatic because it should never been removed. Even though some people was saying that I was the reason why it was removed. Some people wanted to believe that I flagged him and it got removed. As a matter of fact, I do believe himself was accusing me of being the reason why it was flagged down. But of course, what happened? He finally did his due diligence and actually looked up the cause of why he was flagged. He found out exactly which video was flagged, and he even years later filed an appeal, and his channel got returned. I think he was smart enough and didn't leave that video up that got flagged. I think he took it down or hidden it, took it where it wasn't public, but still, it came out that it was a cat video that he buried a cat and shit like that, and it was taken down. So, and I did. He was trying to get my video. Now you can say, "Oh, he was just saying that." He was just saying that. He was just trying to punk you. So, and I never did brung it up. He wasn't aggravating me. He didn't aggravate me. He's trying to get my video taken down. I never did believe that he was trying to take my video down. I didn't care if he was genuinely going to try to take my video down. YouTube ain't important to me. My channel can be disappeared tomorrow, and fine. It is to him though. It's important to him, no matter what he said, what he does. It's important to him, but I remember watching it and shit. He was crying to his fans. He's like, "Oh," I don't believe he was being 100% genuine with it, or 100% meaningful to send to people. But he knows that you people are stupid. He knows the majority of his fucking fans are stupid, fucking idiots, and like several losers, that claims they ain't got nothing better to do, they're not interested in me, or stuff like that. But you'll find them in the comment section right now. I don't even have to look. They're in the comment section right now. But oh, but bottom line is, I never was going to put 100% myself into it like El Presidor wanted me to. Yeah, I said what I thought a lot of him for doing. Him taking the time. Of course, not even back then. It was a lot of subscribers to me then. To the El Presidor had, but now looking at it nowadays, the subscribers he had then wasn't it nowadays isn't a lot, really. It isn't sufficient. It isn't viable. It's especially what this YouTuber brings out, his being a little malice towards his fans. But bottom line is, that's all I was going to do. I wasn't going to kiss his ass. But what ended up happening was he ended up trying to offer to kiss mine and kiss and to tell me, to hint, to let me know that he would kiss my ass if I broke down and gave him his way. He was going to kiss someone else's. And not only did he would do so within a time limit. And then also go to an extent to meeting up with that person in the real, And I love how I bring that up in my new song, the ELPRESADOR song. Got ELPRESADOR making clicks and meeting people. Oh. And I love how the song stating truth. Shit.
It wasn't only Xbox he despised, the Wii was also on that list. He thought it was a kid's toy. Take a look.
I don't want to play it. It's too mature for me. I want my Wii. I want my Wii.
As the videos go on, ELPRESADOR seems more...
I still laugh at this shit. I still laugh at this shit. That's fucking funny as fuck. I want my Wii. You see, that's again, this is what, see, I'm literally being real. I'm literally being real, and I'm not saying because it's a kid's term, because that's my name. That's fucking my right forever. I'm literally being real, and I'm pissing y'all off, not by lying. I'm pissing y'all off by me not being what y'all want me to be. Pissed off, like you are right now. That just shows how much a loser you are. And see this YouTuber here is condemning ELPRESADOR because of doing the exact same thing I'm telling you. But he judges ELPRESADOR for saying, I'm not gonna do no Call of Duty videos and shit like that, and being harsh and ridiculing. I'm ridiculing because I got get down. Like I said, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, especially about y'all. Especially about fucking y'all. I know there's certain ones that watch me. I know those certain ones don't make comments. I know those certain ones don't hit a like on every video. And I know those certain ones know I'm not referring to them. Just like this certain YouTuber that I fucking made videos about recently. He hears me calling people my bitch, my puppet. Anybody with any what's the word? Comprehension. Anybody with any true comprehension would know those who I'm referring to when I say those things. They would know, even if I am spitting it out towards everybody, or I'm saying towards everybody, that it ain't really towards everybody. Anybody with any comprehension would realize that it's I'm playing a character. I'm a personality. I'm putting off a vibe that I've decided to make this channel around. I'm God, but
and more deranged, with him praying to his PlayStation, talking to it, giving it a voice, and hitting himself in the head.
That's all you got? You can't hurt me! You hit me again? These motherfuckers!
YouTube was a strange place back then. People got to see stuff that they never thought of seeing before. A fat man called Francis angry with the fact that his Mountain Dew was misplaced. A child getting his finger bitten with a stern force. And now, a man praying to his PlayStation. All of these videos got pushed by the algorithm because of their outlandishness. But ELPRESADOR was a bit different. He seems slightly insane, and he starts to reference that fact, with it apparently being a very obvious thing.
I'm mentally ill in case y'all didn't figure it out.
Him being mental didn't only impact his actions, but also his sense of humor. Take a look at this.
I'm gonna be leaving YouTube for about a week and a half. I had a tragic accident in my family. I lost my daughter. She went to get an ice cream cone at the ice cream fucking truck. Asshole driving and didn't see her and drug her for 3 fucking blocks. I thought I seen fucking pieces of my daughter on the fucking street. So I gathered them up real quick and tried putting her back together. It didn't work. Y'all motherfuckers getting all happy saying, good, good, tight, tight. I'm not all there. I have maybe a few screws loose.
Quite dark to say the least. It makes him come across as very unfiltered, with him wishing cancer on his haters. Might be the first guy to ever come up with that phrase. Take a look.
Fuck you, I hate you. I hope you fucking die. I fucking hope you get cancer, this and that.
Well, number one, you can't use that because that's my saying. To all my haters, I always hope you die of cancer. Of like pancreatic cancer, and it just ravens your body and it's not.
This is quite light from him. It gets quite a bit darker later on. Soon enough, the Trade Brotherhood and the console wars comes to an end with the release of the PlayStation Slim, apparently toppling Xbox from its throne, despite the 360 having a lot more sales. Slightly before that, he coined his most established catchphrase, Puppet Master, which is still used today. Take a look.
But I need to get something entertaining in my life. I say to myself, let me put a video out degrading the 360 so I can watch the little puppet fanboys that they are and dance around for me. You see? Dancing around, we will, woo! You see this? I'm the puppet master. Let's dance. Put on your sad face and dance the blues.
Get used to hearing those two words, Puppet Master, and also dance. They appear a lot throughout this video. After just 2 years of his existence on the platform, ELPRESADOR drops a massive bomb against his own content and left many fans in dismay. He started playing Xbox games, which upset a lot of the hardcore members of the Trade Brotherhood. It was a shock, but ELPRESADOR put the nail in the coffin on the 10th of April 2010, saying this about his own content.
How come we ain't making no console war videos though? The console war got old and boring. That shit was all done for entertainment. You believe in this fake console war? Then you are what I call a fucking social fucking reject. Get the fuck over it. There's never been a console war. It's always been about
the only controversial thing that I say that this YouTuber missed. He points out like he right there. He said he crossed some of his PlayStation fans, the original console war fans that was behind him. That was like that. He turned on the PlayStation and going for Xbox, which I can understand, doing and stuff like that. But he brings up every controversial thing that ELPRESADOR did that turned on his fans, that made them lost interest. He doesn't bring up he brings up wings, he brings up everything else, the racism, the all the controversial shit. But I'm a little disappointed that he didn't bring this up. Maybe it was a little bit him being a little bit of a fanboy, or he just simply forgot about it. But one of the biggest things that ELPRESADOR did that caused a lot of his fans to go away, I hit him for it. I tackled him for it. Is when he start mocking Robin Williams' death. That's one thing you won't hear this YouTuber bring up that I'm kind of a little surprised. He brings up a lot of things. he says it left a lot of his fans having a bad taste in their mouth. But he doesn't bring up that one. That not only that it showed it was, if not the biggest, that it also exposed him for actually caring. He's gonna bring up that he got up on Wings for disabling his comments. He's also going to bring up that ELPRESADOR disabled his comments, and he's also going to bring up that no matter what ELPRESADOR says, showing video of ELPRESADOR saying, "I don't care what y'all say" and shit like that. But what did he say when he brung up that shit? When he started mocking Robin Williams' death, he started getting backlash. He started getting backlash, and he started basically apologizing. And it wasn't no mocking. He didn't laugh it off after it was over and end the video and shit like that. And then also mocked later what he done to y'all. That he didn't say, "I'm sorry," but he did basically say, "Don't judge me too harshly." He literally said that. He literally, in some close way, he said, "Don't judge me too harshly." And he actually brung up the dislikes. One of the biggest no-nos. One of the biggest no-nos, especially if you want to be called a manipulator. You want to be called a manipulator. Someone that don't get sensitive. Someone that doesn't get emotionally touched. He brung up brung up the dislike ratio. Wings.
Entertainment. I don't give a fuck about no fake ass culture war. I do this on YouTube for fucking entertainment. You think I give a fuck about some gay ass fake culture war? Get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. It was easy ass fucking doing right there to put videos out of the fake ass culture war. That's why I did it. Never gave a fuck about it.
He was doing it for views, which I suppose is fair enough, but he insulted many of his own subscribers, a lot of whom were hardcore fans of the PlayStation 3. It put a massive distance between him and his original content. Whatever ELPRES had lined up, he had to make it good to keep up with the rising stars of YouTube. This shows us that he didn't really care about what people think, making a lot of his own subscribers dance for the puppet master, with anger for this false sense of brotherhood and fandom. Like many other creators at the time, they moved away from their niches, starting to diversify their content. ELPRESADOR's primary focus after the console wars was Call of Duty commentary. His first one, an MW2 game on Terminal, is actually his most viewed video on the channel, with nearly 1 million views. They somewhat resemble the chair rants, being very sweary and rage-filled, but that was his style, which made him big in the initial days of YouTube. Luckily for ELPRESADOR, his niche wasn't in the console wars, it was being himself. A big sweary bloke who appears to get upset very easily. I say he appears to get upset, as the false portrayal of PlayStation nerdery was quite a big facade, and so maybe this was fake rage. No matter the sincerity though, it brought a lot of people in to watch. His commentaries eventually devolve into rants, with him hardly talking about the game, more like complaining about why the game sucks and how much he hates campers. The hatred spills out of the commentaries into chair rants about the game, with ELPRES coming up with solutions to the problem. Take a note of some of these.
If you get caught illegally camping in a video game, 7 to 10 days in your county lockup. Characters running around, moving around. I want it so you shall be rewarded for moving around. If you're gonna sit in one area, general area, and just sit there and camp, you're gonna be glowing real heavy red. I want a bounty system on the person that won the previous game, which ultimately is a camper.
He sought a solution, and he eventually found it from another YouTuber, Wings of Redemption, a name that will come back over and over again in this video.
I can deal with the campers. Thanks to Wings of Redemption, he taught me how to deal with the campers. I watched his videos. Anyone out there that knows Wings of Redemption, he's a beast at this game.
I've always liked that too. And he's like, when he was mentioning me, he's like, I can't believe I had this person so slow making 10 videos, so after. What about the fact that this dude can make this video and literally bring up that the El Presidor can make videos about this guy so years years after. The irony. God.
Fucking beast at this game.
Wings of Redemption, in case you didn't know, was a fellow Call of Duty commentator, one of the first on the platform to be so, initially creating tips and tricks videos. This was only at the start of YouTube though. Wings of Redemption's downfall is probably one of the worst in the history of the platform. I won't go over the Wings of Redemption downfall in this video, but ELPRESADOR will state his opinion over and over again of the guy that he initially called a beast. The chair rants became a staple of his channel. They started to become literally about anything. NFL, sports, people that he hated, and they started to get a lot more controversial down the line, but we'll get onto that later. What was impressive from these chair rants though, was the ability to predict the GOAT status of LeBron. Take a look.
Jordan was a beast, but he in no way, shape, or form is a beast like LeBron James. Bryant ain't even in the same league as LeBron James. He's number 1. Kobe Bryant's number 2. And Michael Jordan's number 3.
That is factual, irrefutable evidence right there. My GOAT. Soon after the peak of the console wars, he mentions he's in the process of getting married at some point in the August of 2009, but there is nothing ever mentioned later on about that.
I'm in the process of getting married in August. Sometime in August, I don't want to get the date because people are going to, start, this now. I got to keep it concealed. But anyway, I'm getting married here and I'm planning things out right now, so I'm a little busy.
Perhaps it was a lie, like his daughter being run over by an ice cream truck, or being a PlayStation fanatic, or maybe it just never came to fruition. His persona is what made him popular on the platform, with him closing in on the silver play button after just 2 years on the platform, becoming an established man on YouTube, breaking free from his niche, and moving past the limited fandom and reach that many others got stuck behind.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck this game.
As I said, ELPRESADOR broke free from his niche and started to become a Call of Duty commentator. But these videos are, in principle, the same as the chair rants, filled with raging, mostly towards campers and kill streaks. The quality of the commentaries are initially terrible, with ELPRESADOR filming them with his phone, until he realises that the videos of him raging at COD do well, so decides to increase the quality, eventually getting a PVR and a microphone. The first mic that he uses makes him sound an awful lot like Eric Mays. I'll play 2 audio clips, and guess which one is Eric Mays.
Bullshit. I wouldn't do it. I don't expect anyone else to do it. You're damn right I'd do it. If you want to play with a child or want to play a game, go to Toys R Us. I'm not the one. Sitting around waiting for it to take too goddamn long.
See? Very similar. As the commentaries go on, the anger for kill streaks and camping gets more intense, up to the point of threatening deforestation. He would dive into trees in an effort to get the attention of Infinity Ward, or Treyarch, sorry, Gayarch as he used to say.
Fuck you, Treyarch, Gayarch, you suck.
So that they will remove camping and kill streaks from the game. He gives a pretty damn good reason for removing kill streaks as well.
If God wanted kill streaks, he would have given Ted Bundy a chopper gunner after they've killed. But he didn't. If Ted Bundy wanted kill streaks, he would have given chopper gunner God after they've killed. But he didn't. He
has stated multiple times that Wings of Redemption and another YouTuber called Fisticuffs got him into commentary, with him eventually being persuaded to join the now infamous Machinima.
Actually, I got hired by Machinima like 2 weeks ago. People have been asking me, they say, Machinima needs you, this and that.
Upon signing the contract to join Machinima, ELPRESADOR promised to improve the engagement of the platform, increase the entertainment value, and make Wings of Redemption into the GOAT of commentary.
That's who I am. A character. Entertainment at its finest. That's who I am. We're going to say all these commentators are quarterbacks. Wings of Redemption will make him Tom Brady. Because, he's a straight-up beast of the game.
That didn't come to fruition, and ELPRESADOR got fired a few years later because he couldn't be bothered to upload to Machinima, which was a good idea in hindsight. I'm sure that most of you know how bad Machinima flopped. It seemed like with the release of each new Call of Duty, ELPRESADOR grew angrier and angrier, with the commentaries becoming filled with death threats and harsh words.
Stop! Stop! Ah, you fucking suck! You fucking I hate this game. Fuck! I almost broke my controller. You know what? I'm gonna do one better. You fucking
so bad that he can't upload some of these videos to his channel because of the words he was hurling at other players. Shame really, I would have liked to have seen them. The hatred reaches a climax upon the release of Call of Duty Ghosts around 2014-ish, where ELPRESADOR tortured the disc and broke it.
I don't blame him for that. I hated Ghost too. I hated Ghost.
He literally reached his breaking point. From that
The only thing I liked about Ghost was the campaign. That's the only thing I liked about it.
forwards, the amount of commentaries drops drastically, getting to the point of re-uploading old videos in the hopes of capitalizing on the hype at the time. Probably because he was fed up with the game. And ELPRESADOR moves back to the chair rants. One of the most covered topics in the chair rants is sports, mainly NFL and basketball. Remember how I said ELPRESADOR foresaw LeBron being a GOAT? Well, he only kept that opinion for about a year until LeBron moved from Cleveland to Miami. To say he now had the opposite opinion is a bit of an understatement.
Look, bitch, you will always be known as a bitch. You don't have it up here, the mentality, the killer mentality here. You can throw a 3-month-old infant right here in the paint right now. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant would step on him. LeBron would break an ankle and get fired. He don't have a killer instinct. LeBron is running Wade. Wade don't need him. He's riding Wade's coattails. You can't buy killer instinct. You can take this to the bank. You can remember this. There is no way LeBron...
Quite a toll on ELPRESADOR. He took the anger out on everyone involved with the Browns, from the board.
I don't really care about the football
I'm
shit.
fucking done with it. I've been saying all...
Day. It seems like that hatred would last the rest of his life. I don't know much about the NFL, but it would seem like the Browns are a really bad team and won't win anything for the remainder of ELPRESADOR's life. ELPRES started doing NFL picks in the chair too. Most of them were wrong though, so don't take any tips off of him.
I create the blow out myself. The New England Patriots, 41.
Most of them was wrong.
Properly, but his is probably the worst I've ever seen.
Truth to my...
Football, ELPRESADOR.
Fucking straight you away from being females. I mean, them guys that play soccer, you can put it... I'll speak French.
Though, which is a bit of a niche thing to know, so I doubt he was lying about being on the roster. After high school, he tells us that he was given a scholarship at the
Oh yeah, he.
in Cleveland. Hey, in high school, I was a 215-pound defensive end.
I tried to find the roster for the football team, called the Wildcats, but I couldn't find any rosters between 88 to 90. They did reach DC double champ status in 88 to 90 though, which is a bit of a niche thing to know, so I doubt he was lying about being on the roster. After high school, he tells us that he was given a scholarship at Syracuse University, and then later dropped out because of some problems.
I was at Syracuse University. I had a scholarship there. What more you need to know?
I was a defensive end at Cleveland Center Nation in my early years in my only year in college because I got a lot of trouble.
I thought it might be because of an injury he had, but later down the line, he pretty much tells us the reason for his downfall, which was alcohol. It seems he used to get crippled by the stuff. He has multiple DUIs, says he had an assault charge from beating bouncers, gotten into multiple car wrecks, as seen by this story here.
I got me a lot of problems when I was younger. A lot of problems. 2 DUIs. I should have had 100,000 of them because every time I went out, I was drunk. I come home, my car smashed. I'm scratching myself with the head like, what the fuck happened? Not to mention, I got a lot of fights. I beat a lot of ass in the fucking when I was drunk, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. If someone looked at me when I was drunk, I was a violent motherfucker. I'm not a nice guy to begin with. Well, I am a nice guy, but I'm just not the easiest person to get along with. But when I was drinking, man, I was a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
From what I can tell, he started drinking at 13 and didn't really stop until 2004, when he got 3-day hangovers and couldn't be bothered to deal with that, so he just stopped. Another reason for his drinking might have been due to the mental challenge that he faces, manic depression, also known as being a bipolar person.
You know, Charlie Sheen, you thought this name would never come. Me being probably the same person, basically, because we suffer from bipolar, manic depression, whatever. See, I suffer from the same thing. I cross the line, and you know what we do? We use it as an excuse that we got problems. I realize when you're going through, you cross that line, you couldn't come back. I've done it before. Me personally, medication makes me very tired. It's a weird disease. You'll go through highs that are the greatest highs in the world, and then you just go through lows, you don't want to leave your house, this and that. It happened. But me, I can actually manage my mind to make myself feel manic at any given time. It's just something that's crazy. Like right now, I'm not in a manic stage, but I feel like one. It's just what I do. I can turn it on and off.
He says a lot of the time that he's almost constantly manic, which may be the reason for the continual rage, the lack of care for hateful comments, and constantly winding people up, making them dance. Maybe the drink quelled the manic states, maybe it didn't. He admits that he's a prick multiple times, being like a cancer almost.
I was a bad apple wherever I played. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was a cancer in the clubhouse. I was.
We see that in effect a bit later on down the line, as he calls his friend over, and he tries to ignore ELPRESADOR, but it doesn't work.
People don't like me, but like I say, where I'm from, they see me that don't like me, they put a fake smile on their face so they don't get beat up. That's just how it is, man.
49ers suck! They suck! Hey! What up? Come here!
You see, you don't see, you also are picky and choosy on the people you interact with. Yeah, you gonna call someone out like that. You gonna have someone meet you that is easily gullible and actually is what you wanted me to be because you thought I would be that gullible and shit, like Raging Rob. Raging Rob was so starstruck and shit in front of you, he couldn't even speed out. You had to tell him what to say, and then when you basically got him his script or what he should say, he couldn't look at the camera and spit it. He was so fucking in awe and memorized. He was saying it into your face, and you was like, "Oh, there's the camera right there. Say it over there." And let's say if I was a trucker too, and I was to be able to go to close to Youngtown, Hawaii, or whatever the fuck you're at, and be able to drive to that donuts place, you wouldn't be able to run your mouth. Because I ain't gonna show up there with stars in my eyes and all be all glamored and all. You say something smart to me, you be on the ground. I'm not like this person. I ain't no Raging Rob. I'm not gonna care if you hold a camera above your head and say I ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, I do something. It'll be one shot to your throat, grab that camera from your phone, and shove it straight up your ass. That's real. I'm intimidated by nobody. Nobody. And I will be at awe over nobody. I sure as hell ain't gonna be all over you. If I have Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone, I'd be, oh, this is cool. This is cool. But I'm sure as hell not gonna be as cool. You talking to me like that, hollering at me like that. No.
What's up, bruh? You don't remember me, bruh?
His manic state makes him come across as brash almost, saying that he represents all that is good and evil. He's like a prime Dexter in that regard.
I think I'm kind of mental because I say I represent all that's good and evil. I would never harm innocent people. If I want murderers, rapists, child molesters, I would like to harm them people. Denied.
Jesus fucking Christ, you're the Bay Harbor Butcher.
Because of the Dexter parallels, wanting to hurt bad people, many people in the comments started to call him the Youngstown Slasher or the Cleveland Killer. It's unclear as to when he became diagnosed with bipolar. He never says when that happened, but it may have been accelerated by some form of head trauma. As you can see, whenever ELPRESADOR removes the Patriot beanie, he has a big scar on the back of his head. He mentions in passing that he was shot 4 times, and which is the reason for the scar.
No, I've been shot 4 times. I got one in the back of my head still. That's why I got that big mark there.
Being shot 4 times is a bit nuts. He must have been a real aggressive drunk for that to happen. This could be a lie though, as we don't see any major gunshot scars whenever he takes his shirt off. Manic depression doesn't seem to be the only challenge that he faces. It seems he might also be dyslexic because of some wildly misspelled titles. Have a look at these.
Dyslexic. How many times I've mentioned it that I am. I don't.
He shouldn't be doing that dyslexic business. Fucking mixing up vowels and diphthongs, mixing them all up. He shouldn't be doing it. No, he's... Where does he live?
Soon enough, we find out who ELPRESADOR really is. From multiple clips of him working and interacting with others, his name gets dropped a few times. ELPRESADOR himself says that his name is James in this clip, but that pause would suggest it would be a lie.
James, bro.
His real name would seem to be Chucky.
You're just a beast.
Just a beast at everything I do.
Chuck? He's probably better than Jerry Rice.
This is my crazy friend, Chucky.
About 5 years later, he reveals his surname to be Martin when suggesting that he should be Trump's running mate.
And you, Trump and Martin. What a fucking ticket. Think about that.
Chucky Martin of Youngstown, Ohio. Chuck previously mentions that he has a daughter, which turned out to be a lie. However, he does actually have a child, a son, who goes by the name of my son.
Hi, I'm ELPRESADOR's son.
Whenever Chucky gets bored of producing Call of Duty commentaries, he starts trolling in the lobbies, pretending to be a kid, who he calls his son. These trolling videos do the second best in terms of numbers behind the Rage commentaries. He has a few things that he says when he's his son. My daddy is a Call of Duty commentator.
My daddy's a Call of Duty commentator. My daddy's a Call of Duty commentator. Don't be mad, my daddy's a Call of Duty commentator. My daddy's a Call of Duty commentator.
1 versus 1 be then.
1 versus 1 me after the game if you're so good. You 1 versus 1 me, I'll beat you. 1 versus 1.
I'm not your daddy.
Yeah, I'm not fucking your daddy.
When I was going through these, the memories of severe racism came flooding back, especially in the MW2 lobbies. The trolling videos are full of racist responses towards Chucky's son.
My daddy's Call of Duty commentator.
My dad can't teach you forget for a living.
What are you saying that bullshit for?
I've been called white trash. I've been called forgetting my whole life.
You're just like every other dumb nigga, dude. You think you're so badass, but you're
Man,
not.
call me over Xbox Live, really?
I'm tough.
From these videos too, we get the first noise, which comes from his son on the 21st of December 2012. Take a listen.
And again, I meant to bring this up a while ago. Another big key point that is that I got the better of him. This, like I said, this dude is obviously somewhat of a fan, but still not he's still saying things as the way they are, truly the way they are, and stated the facts. I said a while back ago that someone else made a certain YouTuber made a similar video to this, touching on some of these topics himself, and also bringing up the UVC, but this dude was obviously a huge fan. This dude didn't paint ELPRESADOR as a bad guy or someone that did something wrong at all. And of course, when he got to the UVC part, when he literally was even showing footage of ELPRESADOR and Reggie Robb at the donut place, was there any mention of me? If he was bringing up the UVC in its entirety and stating all that stuff, why wasn't I brought up? It's almost like it was a narrative that he didn't want to bring up because the outcome wasn't favorable for ELPRESADOR. This dude brung me up. This dude brung the shit up and had me in it. And like I said, he didn't really throw a hat in or his race, put a horse in a race of who he thought. And I don't care if he even did. I know the truth. I know the facts. I know a true person with a correct opinion, an open mind, unbiased opinion would hear this. I'm obviously upset when people refer to ELPRESADOR about me or to me. No, I'm not upset. How about that person that said he was having me making videos for such a long time was also saying he's mad because I didn't make videos when he called for them. Somehow I wasn't making videos or didn't give him what he wanted, but yet somehow I was. Somehow he's winning, but he's the only one that showed pure animosity and hate years after the facts, to this day, to this still, and I'm not. And so who won? Who? Uh,
Translation? I'm gonna destroy you guys.
As you can hear, it starts off as him pretending to speak a different language, and then evolved to be some kind of vocal stim, as you'll get to hear.
tell me, saying I've been making you think we're gonna make it 10 years later. The same dude that made 6 videos. 6 videos within a 3-day span about me. He's never made any football videos with less time in between them about me, trying to get me to make one. Well, he makes 6 in 3 with less than 3 days time.
Later down the line. From that point forwards, pretty much all of his videos include the noise. One of the funniest ones from the Sun videos are when he pretends to sing a song.
Oh, you're singing a song for me, ain't you? I got a song too. Go.
Chuck also used it to come across as having a multiple personality disorder, constantly switching voice between the Sun and himself.
Pop 360s for nerds. Hey, Steve.
Shoot 3.
Don't you
Don't talk to me that way. Don't you ever
talk to me that way.
You bow
Before we die.
You bow before
Who's that?
you guys want to play Battlefield 3 later?
I'll play it later
If you want to play it, I don't.
Yeah, I'll play it.
Another character that is formed from trolling is the Irish Iranian, a guy called Adishi Malishi, who has a strong accent and spells out respect every time he gets a kill.
Who am I? My name is Adushi Malishi. I'm an Irish Iranian. I'm here to take you hostage.
After like 5, 6 fucking times.
Arius is empty.
Shut the fuck up. They don't give a fuck about birds.
The Irish Iranian was seldom seen compared to the Sun trolling videos. Speaking of trolls, ELPRESADOR had a collab lined up with one of the most hated troll-looking blokes on the internet, Keemstar. Keemstar used to be part of a channel on YouTube called Halo A-Holes, and then cut himself off from that to become Killer Keemstar, and later on, drama alert. The collab between Keemstar and ELPRESADOR never came out, but Chucky did 1v1 him on COD at one point.
You know good at this game. It's bullshit. You got to use your hat to beat me.
I'm dodging and weaving.
My YouTube channel is ELPRESADOR. You're recording this, right?
UAV on standby.
Oh, fuck.
Throughout the trolling videos, he coins a new catchphrase, and uses the word puppet master and dance quite a lot as well. Speaking of puppetry, Chuck debuts his biggest puppet act around the start of 2013. His puppet, whom he calls Pow Pow.
I'm not fucking tiger anymore.
For controlling the map area, I should say not camping. Oh my God, he's doing a pow move. Tell you something about pow pow. I won't do it. I won't fucking do it.
Let's get to it. His character is meant to be Wings of Redemption, if you couldn't tell. You may be asking, what made him turn against Wings of Redemption? The guy that he used to call a beast and wanted to uplift? Well, Wings performed one of the biggest sins in the book of ELPRESADOR. Camping. Wings of Redemption camped in his gameplay videos, and being a big influence within the Call of Duty community at the time, Chucky thought that Wings had basically encouraged the entire community to camp, and pegged Wings as the source from which his most hated enemies came from.
And you sit there looking, man, this dude only got like 30-some thousand subs, man. And then you watch a guy that sits in a room with claymores on the top of the head, so boy, camper. I sit in this room out now and camp. I got my scavenger on, and they want to come up. I just keep killing them with my claymores and shit. Come on, man. Wings of Redemption wanted to be on my friends list. He told me after the message, he says, watch somebody give me his channel, so I may call their videos, whatever, commentators. I was, what the fuck commentators? And although they were insightful and knowledgeable, I was never so bored in my life.
Quite simple, really. From that point forwards, the hatred of Wings spirals out of control. Take a listen to some of the stuff he says about him.
Committing a career suicide here. I know it's a career suicide out there. He's too good to go back to work. Guy's like 27 years old and he's miserable.
Their favorite star is basically done. And they realize after 5 minutes of YouTube fame is over, they get desperate. And they try to latch on to whatever's hot, whatever hot topic could be.
You are the easiest puppet to make for dance. Oh my God.
Wings saw Chuck pulling his strings and decided to speak about Chucky on his own podcast, which included a co-host of FPS Russia, a name that I'm sure many of you have not heard in a while. This was the real turning point in the war against Wings, with Chucky hounding him, calling him a slob, useless, and an unemployed beggar. This is only the start of the hatred for Wings. It gets worse later on. He said some other things about other creators too, and they both turned out to be a bit wrong in hindsight. Take a listen.
Shane Dawson. And what do you know? He don't piss no one off. Only use the blade in fisticuffs. Well, it's quite simple. Those are my boys. I like them too.
Pow Pow was one of the first IRL trolling or puppetry acts that ELPRESADOR performed. Many more are still to come. Alongside the COD trolling, there was real-life trolling too, be that towards members of the public or trying to wind up his own viewers. Whilst filming a video in his car, he talks about how much he hates other content creators saying like and favourite my videos. He has an insane lock-in during the video. Take a look.
Oh yeah, like my video, like never before, like my video. Oh yeah, like my video, like my video.
I don't know what came over him there.
It would, but yeah, asking for donations, asking for super chats is any different. It's the same thing. It might not be straight money, but you're wanting them to be positive towards you. You're wanting them to be positive towards you, but helps feed the algorithm and get your video out there. Anything.
Maybe it was the bipolar in him playing up. He soon enough leaves his car and goes out on the prowl to wind up other citizens, faking Tourette's or being obnoxious for a laugh.
I didn't find it funny, but I didn't. As y'all or he would want me to find it offensive, but no, I'm just not funny and not offensive either. Neither one.
And do a drive-by Gunga every so often. Whilst out in public, he interacts with some recurring characters in the Chuck Martin multiverse. They include the Master, the Bengals fan, the cameraman, JTG, and the 49er. He doesn't ever mention them by their actual names. He always refers to them as the previously mentioned names. The one that he interacts with most is the 49er, who I previously displayed when mentioning people putting on a facade around Chuck. Chuck and the 49er only really talk about sports, but what I found funny is every time without fail, Chuck asks him how big he is and how much he weighs.
I want to see your muscle, bro. Come on. Holy shit, look at that blob of fat. How much you weigh about?
You definitely get solder. You're definitely getting solder. About 248. What
do you weigh now? About 160?
Really good. He was a free agent this year, so they caught him.
What do you weigh now?
Who, me?
Yeah.
If you couldn't tell, Chuck has a pretty big ego when it comes to his size. You'll hear him say 6'2", 200 and something whenever he's talking about himself.
First stats I give a fuck on my vitals, 6'2", 240.
6'2", 262 pounds of solid muscle.
6'2" and a quarter, 242-pound man looks like.
Now, that off my massive 48-inch chest, 52-inch chest, whatever you want to call it.
Around 2012-ish, the trend of challenge videos arose on YouTube, be that the Cinnamon Challenge, the Sprite and Banana Challenge, or the Salt and Ice Challenge, and so on and so on. ELPRESADOR, ever evolving to the evolving taste of the YouTube algorithm, decided to hop on that trend. Not doing the previously stated trends though, but
He
creating
never
his own
did
trends.
genuinely do that shit. He never did genuinely do that shit. All that shit was faked. Like him sticking a taser to himself. He never stuck the taser to himself and shot it off. God.
On a challenge, the Baby Carrot Challenge, the Milk Challenge, and even the 5 mini wheats in less than a minute challenge. In all of these videos, he appears to choke on whatever's being eaten. Unfortunately, the challenges that he made didn't go viral, unlike the others. To carry on with trolling,
Because he didn't.
Chuck makes
It wasn't genuine. It wasn't. That he wasn't really struggling. He wasn't eating it, and then it was genuinely starting to have trouble. It was all just to putting his stuff in his mouth and then go into like I'm choking.
video series called Why I'm Better Than You at Life. He starts the video in the middle of 2013 to wind up his haters, saying that he's bigger than them, smarter than them, being the master of puppets. In this, he also talks about how he made it on TV 3 separate times, saying that he's broken free from the YouTube niche and is now a Hollywood star.
I've hit the national television waves. I mean, I'm on Tosh, Zero, whatever the show's called, this and that. But I've hit the millions and millions and millions of people that watch it while these other guys are cartoons. You want to be on my level of television success, but you will never be on that level. Look, we can all be on these internet shows, this and that, and act like we're famous. But in reality, what are you famous for? Being a cartoon for little kitties. While I'm sitting there broadcasting prime time, I am in public domain, named known throughout the land.
Good luck getting the sap off your jacket, tough guy.
He was on Tosh.io, some science program, and MTV's Ridiculousness. All 3 times were because of the tree felling. There was also a 4th time on WWE when Mark Henry starts doing the Puppet Master, the same as ELPRESADOR does. Puppet Master was around before ELPRESADOR started doing it, but
Was before ELPRESADOR started doing it.
assuming they copied it off ELPRESADOR because ELPRESADOR was big for doing it.
This is y'all right here, dancing.
Throughout his entire catalogue of videos, Chuck mentions his dream of wanting to make it in Hollywood, wanting to be on 2.5 Men, or any TV show or movie for that matter, saying that he'll even work for free.
If I get in Hollywood, it don't matter, because I'm entertaining. I'm entertaining.
I can play any role right now in Hollywood. You don't have to typecast me this and that. I can play any role out there right now. I'm so much farther advanced than most of these actors out there today. It's unbelievable. I want to be in the movie right now. Put me in The Rock out there. I'll be his brother, this and that. They kidnap his ass. I gotta save his ass. Put me there. I am the only true movie star that YouTube's ever seen. We could have wrote my self in as some type of maybe crazy uncle of Charlie Sheen or whatever his name was on the show. Something you could have written me in the script because obviously I have talent and I am one of the greatest entertainers in the history of YouTube and greatest performers on YouTube. I am the GOAT. But anyway, if you didn't write me in your script, Charles Lord, Mr. Lord, I should say, email me. I can turn it on and off. I can act more civilized than Charlie Sheen.
But I'm offering you a chance of a lifetime. A chance to put me in one of your movies right now free of charge. I'll work for free for my first movie.
Maybe that's why he makes these rage videos, to audition his range of emotions for any director looking to hire him. ELPRESADOR is yet to make it in Hollywood. A lot of his IRL trolling isn't that bad, but there's one that nearly causes a fight to break out in a video called The Definition of Pushing Buttons.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, the classic famous one, the classic famous one, where he holds the camera. But hey, I'm holding the camera. I'm holding it high. When I was going to get possibly an argument with that dude in that laundromat, I leaned it up where it'll be obviously pointed where it could get some of the visual if something was to happen, and also it picked up obviously. And I had the laundry room, the washer's lid popped up, masking most of the phone where it couldn't be seen. Where if that dude was to want to say back up what he would say he would do, he could do it, but he didn't do it. I was smart enough to hide the phone because I didn't want it to intimidate him, to discourage him from doing so. I wanted him to make a move. I wanted him to make a swing. I knew if I had the phone out pointing at him, of course he ain't going to do so. Just like he didn't do so because he realized there was a camera and already in the laundry room. But I told him, they're not going to check that footage unless they know something did happen. I ain't going to tell them that something happened. And he still made the choice of not do nothing. Just like ELPRESADOR knew not only holding the phone up, but also obviously looking right at the phone mostly. And putting the phone over his head, make it even more so well known that basically, hey, I'm going to basically punking a kid, like he's a little kid, punking another kid while holding his daddy's hand, knowing damn well that the dude ain't gonna do nothing because the camera's up there and he's gonna record it.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do nothing because he's even saying he's bringing up the camera.
You're gonna do nothing! You're gonna do nothing! You're gonna do nothing!
I think that might be the loudest I've ever heard anyone shout. That's probably the most controversial bit of puppetry that ELPRESADOR has performed, but it's nowhere near the most controversial thing.
No, talking about fucking mocking Robin Williams' death and his contributions that he's made was a little bit more controversial. Didn't those videos also get, or live streams where he said that, even get deleted? I think so. Also, again, I would never, if I was to be the so-called puppet master, the so-called person that gets down on people for being emotional, getting emotional about stuff that's said and shit or done, you can't be saying that shit and then crying because you said something that hurt other people's feelings, and then therefore they say something to you and it hurt yours, and not only it made you cry about what's saying, oh, don't be that harsh on me, bringing up the dislikes, you also deleted what they condemned you for.
That he's done. Right, the list of controversial things that ELPRESADOR has done is quite big. A lot of them involving some form of racism. To start off,
Here's the racism.
Every now and then. The first one
Here's the racism.
drops is in a Black Ops commentary, just a subtle slip up.
Be advised what? Fuck, I don't give a fuck what's incoming. Be advised this nigga.
But the worst ones are where he tries to justify it, saying that it's fine because he isn't using a hard R.
Alright, Mas Hagen! Alright, Mas Hagen! You see, Hagen is different than Hagen. Alright? You say Hagen, it's fine. But if you say Hagen, you get construed as a racist.
It's weird because he doesn't seem to come across as racist, and he doesn't like people who are racist.
I've been called white trash. I've been calling nigga my whole life. I don't give a flying. Racism doesn't affect me.
He states that people who try to justify it by saying they have a black friend are idiots, but Chuck still says it, with his excuse being that he has a black nothing.
I got a black sister. You ever hear that? People, they get called racist. They got a black mother, black sister. I ain't got a black nothing, but I will say this.
Remember his son that we saw earlier? Well, that isn't his only son. He also has a black son. Take a look at this.
I'm ELPRESADOR's other son. I'm his black son. You can be the only black member of the family. I'll tell you how it is right now. Because I hate going to look at them old white people's house, big ass house anyway. And my brothers, it's no secret I'm a little better than y'all. My daddy got a fucking Battlefield 4 ready to shit. Put 3 videos up on them. I can't again, probably take it back today. Ever, and I mean ever, question my daddy's intentions or integrity about video games. And my daddy don't give a flying fuck about Call of Duty Ghosts, whatever the fuck it is. And he certainly ain't getting the goddamn game early. What? For the war! My daddy's a beast.
This isn't the only time that he's done blackface. He does it a few more times a bit later down the line. He used to do blackface on Vine too.
Ben Cohey makes a couple of tweets, or I don't know, I can't remember exactly what, but I know for a fact he turned on Ben Cohey because he made a couple racial statements. I don't know if it was in comment section or tweets or whatever, but he does the same tweets, comments, videos saying the shit, and also paints his face. God damn. I mean, I seen this before. I seen this before. But I guess when I've seen it, I was being completely oblivious. I was being completely oblivious of what he was doing. I was being not completely ignorant. Oh, God.
His reason for doing blackface is strange. Well, not reason, but more of a justification. He says that he does it because mimes do whiteface, but the majority of mimes are white. Yeah, a bit crazy, isn't it?
What the fuck is so bad about blackface?
What the fuck? Mimes ain't mocking white people. Mimes ain't stereotyping white people. There's nothing similar within mimes. Mimes are people that's just out there to entertain, to pretend they're pulling on a string, but there's no string there. It's not saying, "Hey, I'm so stupid. I'm a mime. I'm pulling on something that's not there." People put on blackface and say, "Hey, I'm a black person," and puts a stereotype theme around it to say, "Hey, I'm black, and this is how they are looked upon, how they should be looked upon." That they're calling them slow, or or calling them that they like constantly referring to, "Oh, you're a black person, you must love chicken and watermelon." That is stupid. That there's mimes are just, it's like a character playing a character, or not a character, but more of an action, more of performing an action, not a character, but an action. Blackface is putting black makeup in its original reason for the first person doing it was to mock. That's the reason why blackface is bad, and he don't know that. The shit was done to mock and make fun of and downplay a person with just a different color of skin that has the same thing as we all do. We all have hearts. We all have lungs. We all bleed the same. And it's just to show that trying to make separation is stupid. And he's stupid enough. He's stupid enough to fucking do that.
White people don't get all fucking upset when the mimes are in Central Park with the white face. I don't get it. It's a fucking costume.
God.
I don't see anything wrong with it. The guy had blackface on. Whoa, what? I don't get it.
All of his justifications.
You don't get it. You don't get it. Mimes again don't mock people. They're not pointing out a certain person or a person, or especially a group of people. It was meant to mock them. It was meant to stereotype them. It was meant to degrade them. That's the reason why it was bad. A mind gets out there and just pretends he's pulling on a rope and trapped in a box. And
for the racist remarks go along these lines. One black person has said something bad about a white person, so why can't I do the same? When a black person gets killed by a white man, it oftentimes gets covered in the national media, like the George Zimmerman trial. ELPRESADOR does not like how this got so much coverage, in comparison to, say, a black on white crime, and posts black on white crime figures in response to the coverage. I don't know, to, I suppose, balance it out in his eyes. The stuff he says in these videos is pretty controversial, but a lot of it isn't racist. It's just him trying to make a point about nothing, really. Forcing ignorance just for the sake of it. Some of the points he tends to make are quite hypocritical. He says that George Zimmerman should be given a fair trial, but Chucky himself has an ability to find people guilty just by looking at them. Have a look.
Will there be justice for Zimmy right now in this country? Will it be given a right to a fair trial? I don't think he will. I was on jury duty before. I got kicked out the one time, I almost thrown the judge. I was going off, I didn't want to be there. And the second time, I came out flat out to the judge. If I don't like the look of somebody, I'm going to find him guilty. Or if I like the look of somebody, I'm going to find him innocent. They dismiss me from the jury right away. People are innocent until proven guilty in this country without even knowing the facts of the case, but they want to find them guilty already. If I don't like the look of somebody, I'm going to find them guilty.
I think that the reason for these kinds of videos is that he got too deep in the constant Twitter racist bits that are still abundant to this day. However, Chucky seems to actively seek out these wars on his own Twitter, just to get into racial debates with people on X to justify his own racial remarks. He seeks out a racial attack just so he can respond with a flurry of his own racial attacks, as we'll see later on in the video. He talks about homosexuals.
again, he turned on Ben Cohey. He turned on Ben Cohey for making racial remarks. And this YouTuber is pointing out that he not only was ready, willing, and able to not only make racial remarks by whatever way, comments, tweets, or videos, but he was even painting his face, willing to paint his face, and not only he's willing to do so himself, but he was looking for others to do so like himself, to justify for him to do so at that moment, just so he can not only be the only one out there. Say, I can't make a racial right now. I feel uncomfortable to make it right now, or racial remark right now. I need someone else to do so. I need to nudge someone else to do so I can join in and not face criticism alone.
To saying that they should be kept away from straight people.
You want to be in our fucking heterosexual community. You're not. You are gay. You got to be in a gay community. You guys are different. You just got to accept that you got your own little community. So be in that. You quit forcing yourself upon us, seriously. You want to be like us. You want to be associated with us. And the bottom line is, we don't even recognize you. What don't you understand about that? You're never going to be like us. Don't force yourself on a straight beast community. Rainbow, you obviously want to be like us.
Another controversial thing that he's done is promoting a Nazi YouTuber on his own channel. Back in the day, it was quite common for YouTubers to upload videos onto other users' channels in the goal of sharing an audience and gaining more subscribers.
I didn't even know this. I think I did come across this video that he did. Just like he said, it was back then a thing for someone to somewhat promote someone else, to have that YouTuber allow him to upload one of his videos. And he chose a well-known Nazi.
The ELPRESADOR channel was no different. Another YouTuber called Redbeard uploaded a Call of Duty commentary onto the ELPRESADOR channel, which was normal, but the stuff he says is quite nonsense. Have a listen.
And thanks to the women's gymnastics all-around finals today, I spent most of my lunch punishing my crotch in the bathroom at work. Just get butt-ass naked. But if you had naked gymnasts, I guarantee your scores would be twice as high. I know them girls are 16. I'm 29 years old. Them little girls 16 years old. It's a good thing I ain't living in my neighborhood. Chris Hansen be knocking at my door.
Very noncy, to say the least. I don't know why you would say this. It's not funny, maybe trying to be edgy, but admitting you're a nonce doesn't really come across well. That's the end of the main controversies for now, but there is one quite substantial thing that ELPRESADOR says, which is similar to the end of the first segment. Take a listen.
See, I tell you why I do this. I do this strictly for the money. Once the money's gone, I won't even do this no more. I can care less. YouTube is dead to me.
If it wasn't for the money, you wouldn't see me fucking upload another video ever again. People want me to play video games, right?
I'm done. I'm done playing video games, man. You gotta understand something. If I would have got the allotted amount of views that I require, yes, I would have played them. I'm not gonna force myself to sit down and upload, play a video game for 10,000 views. Ain't gonna do it. All great things come to an end. But we do this because we love to? No, I've always done it for the money. YouTube is boring.
It doesn't come across well from a fan's point of view, with them being seen purely as a source of income. But as we've seen throughout, Mr. Martin simply doesn't care about what people think. I initially thought that ELPRESADOR was doing these controversial takes for attention, as he says that he's only on YouTube for the money, and saying and doing a lot of stuff like we just saw tends to get clicks. But he does this a lot more frequently on his own Twitter, where there's no money to be made. So the stuff that he says seems to be genuine and not an act, unlike some of the puppetry acts that he's performed so far, like the console war. This is exactly how the last segment ended, but now he doesn't seem to have anything else lined up, unlike the last time where he had commentaries. But since the commentaries have died out and Chucky doesn't want to do them anymore, he needs to pull something else out of his arse to keep up with YouTube's ever-changing tastes if he wants to stay in the limelight. Well, unfortunately for him, he doesn't pull anything out and falls out of the limelight a little bit. He starts to go back to his old style of videos, with most of the videos from this point forwards being rants, but in his car, as the iconic chair breaks.
As an ode to the iconic chair breaking, I thought I'd show you Chuck Martin's morning routine before he starts ranting in that chair. Have a look.
I didn't understand this right here. Now I do. He's going to show himself doing ELPRESADOR's daily move. This is him mocking ELPRESADOR. This is what ELPRESADOR does every morning.
I live in the state of Ohio, more specifically, Youngstown, near Cleveland. My name is Chucky Martin. I'm 56 years old. I believe in taking care of myself, and a balanced diet, and a rigorous exercise routine. In the morning, if my face is a little puffy, I'll drink a coffee while doing my controller throws. I can do 1,000 now. After I drink my coffee, I drink even more coffee. In the shower, I use whatever piece of soap I can get my hands on. Then, a splash of water on the armpits. And the face? Well, there's nothing for that. Then apply a red ring of death facial mask.
No, there's something for that. It's irony. It's true. It is absolutely 100% true. He don't do nothing for his face. All but filters. Filters. And that's 100% true. He's been accused for it. It's 100% true. He uses filters to make him look younger.
I leave on for 10 minutes while I prepare the rest of my routine. I always use an aftershave lotion with little or no alcohol.
Why do you think he keeps the same 2 fucking cell phones? Why do you think he hasn't really upgraded in goddamn years? He keeps the same cell phones. Why do you think he keeps using one phone and then using another? Because he's got filters he's been using for years. It's so old and shit. They're no longer available. They're no longer downloadable. he keeps mainly the same phones and uses the different phones at different times because the he had the his old phone still has the fucking filters. He uses. He can no longer will now no longer be able to download.
Because alcohol dries your face out and makes you look like Wings of Redemption. Then a fingerful of chewing tobacco, followed by a shaving of the head. There is an idea of a Chucky Martin, some kind of abstraction, but there is no real me, only a biblical beast, something illusory. And though I can hide my cold gaze, and you can shake my hand and feel flesh gripping yours, and maybe you can even sense our lifestyles are probably comparable, I simply am not there. What happens from this point forwards is the start of the faller for him, not only in terms of numbers, but also financially and in terms of mental stability, a part of which was weirdly caused by the fostering of stray cats. Around the September of 2015, Chucky starts making videos about stray cats, seeing as he doesn't really care to make videos for anyone but himself, which is fair enough, I suppose, it's his own channel. He becomes more of a vlogger as opposed to a ranter though from this point forwards, but the rants aren't completely dead. The first cat that he came to foster is a calico which he called Chinky or Schofield or Beast. The cat is a bit mangy when he first takes it in, and asks for donations to get it fixed. This is the first time that ELPRESADOR has asked for donations, but will ask for more a bit later down the line. He ends up getting enough donations to get the cat fixed, and will be the first of many, many cats that he will foster. Chuck doesn't seem to come across as a caring person, saying that he is a cancer and states multiple times that he hates people. He comes across as the opposite when it comes to animals though. Take a listen to how he responds when talking about a cat he ran over.
Poor little beast. I'm burying him. Hit him on the way to work. I'm very fucking upset. Not happy. Let rest him in peace, God.
It's strange, isn't it, how a man who hates everything and everyone, wanting to see people die, can be so touched when it comes to animals. This side of him, the good side of him, would come to be his downfall, as later down the line, he has over 10 cats at once and spends nearly $300 a week just on cat food to see the animals not suffer. Just take a look at how much cat food he has on his shelf, and when he goes to the supermarket, look how much food he buys. Those of you who own a cat know how expensive the wet food can be, but on top of that, Chuck takes most of them to the vets if they get really sick. From this, we can see that Chuck Martin isn't a complete soulless, puppeteering, uncaring nothing that he leaves himself to be.
No, he's sugarcoating it a little bit. No, he don't take them to the vet when he allowed one to eat. He was under the house. You could get under the house. That cat should never got bad in the first place to get worms to come to the point where it died underneath the house with worms. And he like I said, this dude that did the video didn't do his full due diligence on. Of course, it's kind of hard to look up every little thing to be fully correct on every subject matter, but still, it's a pie chart. It's of how willingly or how much he was, especially financially, willing to go with the cats. I say maybe within a pie chart of probably 15%. Most of the chart, the taking care of the cats and shit like that, he was mostly for asking donations and receiving donations. And I know for a fact that he was a lot of the cats that he received help from family. other than obvious the ones that's dead. Financially, a lot of the cast was taken care of, other than them cats being at his house.
He has some compassion at least. Despite the move to vlogging, the rants are still very much there, and the ones about sports are still alive. With the Browns being the same old, ELPRESADOR gives the same old hate to them, with Chuck getting his most viewed video about sports during a hate rant towards Mike Patine, the then head coach. Take a listen.
You suck! Fuck Manziel! You went fucking backwards! You fucking suck! Fuck you! Got the hiccups. They fucking suck! Peyton Manning is garbage! Mike Patton, I fucking hate you and your fucking... Fuck! You fucking suck, Patton. What the fuck are you going for 2 for, you fucking moron? Time is running the fuck out! Fuck you, Mike Patton! Fuck you, you fat fucking slob! You suck! Patton, I hate your fucking face. I hate Mike Patton, I hate looking at your face. I swear to God, I hate your motherfucking face. I wish a ravaged fucking disease would just come overtake your fucking body. I hate you.
This was probably the most hateful one yet, wishing cancer on Patine, hoping the whole association dies. It gets bad. The cycle with the Browns continues forever, with the head coach getting fired.
How did we
and
get
new
back
one coming
into
in.
football? How did we get back into football?
He's still talking.
195.
Tough man is a boxing just a mouth guard. Coming up against a guy who is 30 pounds bigger than you and knocking him out is quite impressive, especially in the novice boxing circuit, where most people will swing for the trees heavily. Given that Chuck seemed to fight there on a regular, as per the story from the new character, who only appears twice in the ELPRESADOR multiverse, it is possible that Chuck might have CTE. He even worries about that himself.
No, I think I have CT because I've been punched in the head a lot.
The scar on his head might also be linked to the Tough Man boxing events, given that it's unlikely he's been shot in the head. The scar looks more like a massive gash as opposed to a gunshot wound. Talking of being a tough man, Chuck tells us an unhinged story of him wanting to get robbed at an ATM.
Look at some white dude with a hat on, big dude, right? Look like a...
Compulsive liar. Not gonna believe any story.
Answer and die, whatever. I looked at a dude and I said, I'll be able to... Before, a long time ago, years ago, I did put a gun on my mouth and tell the motherfucker to pull the trigger. But that was years ago when I was mentally ill.
Chuck seems to always picture things in his head, where most things play out violently, be that him wanting to get robbed and beating a man who held him at gunpoint, or wanting to smash a man within an inch of his life because he didn't say thanks to Mr. Martin for holding the door open for him.
No, see, he didn't. No. He wanted to smash the dude's head in because the woman, the female that he originally opened the door for, didn't say thank you. It wouldn't sound right that he wanted to hit the female. He was looking for a thank you from the female, not the thank you from the guy that followed him, her boyfriend or her husband. He wasn't looking at a thank you from him. He was looking a thank you from her. And he just was wishing that he could beat the man because he was angry because the woman didn't say it.
And doesn't even acknowledge me. I'm sitting there in my mind, I'm just staring, and I'm debating in my mind. Should I walk in there and just spit in his fucking face and walk out? I'm praying to God, this fat pile of shit has a fucking heart attack. I hold the door open, you just look at me and don't even say nothing. That fucking guy's a bitch. It took me a lot to refrain from attacking that motherfucker. It took me a lot, it really did, it took me a lot.
Most of us play out violent situations in our own heads that could be similar to this, but nearly all of us aren't as vocal about it as he is, and don't wish that they did play out or regret not starting violence and retaliation for the small things. He doesn't seem to care for consequence, where most of us would come to terms with the reality of these situations, seeing that they would either end up not going how we thought, or seeing the consequences that would arise if they did play out. This again shows us the extremely rash nature of Chuck Martin. Chuck begins to double down on the fact that he will not pander to kids, and has moved away from Call of Duty commentary.
Frankly, I can't stand doing commentary.
He truly believes that COD is for children, and does not want that to be his audience. For a man who calls himself the untrollable puppet master,
I can take anything anyone...
A guy that makes a video, a direct video to blow snot out his nose, to gross people out, to blow snot out his nose. Delivery, that's what he started to record a video to do, to blow snot out his nose. To have it hang and then quickly catch it in his mouth. doesn't want to play a video game for 15 minutes to portray he's raging at it and simply upload it and do it one time a day, or play for maybe an hour a day and capture a couple of 15-minute gameplays raging at it and uploading it and making money. But he's willing to blow snot out his nose and catch it in his mouth because he believes he might get a bigger audience, or more of an audience that's not kids watching that kind of content. God damn.
Says to me, he seems to care a lot about his audience. He states again that he will only make Call of Duty videos if the money is guaranteed. But it gets to a point where the cats have drained and dried, and so he makes a compromise for money. He will stream Call of Duty, but only if people donate on a regular basis.
I'm gonna stream some Call of Duty in an effort to try to regroup some money. But if I go do all the appropriate measures to play that game, will people watch it and will people donate? If I'm gonna get donations, I'll play the game. But I'm not gonna get donations, I'm not gonna even do it. Depending on the type of donations I get, I may keep streaming, who knows? I don't play video games, but like I say, if I'm gonna make some kind of capital, maybe I will keep streaming.
This guy's a bit nuts, but you can't say that he isn't brutally honest. That honest expression of ideas is a bit of a downfall when it comes to hypocrisy and irony. Chuck oftentimes speaks about things that he doesn't like. That includes the fact that people watch Angry Grandpa despite it being all an act.
An old guy tearing up his house, it's all an act, yet there are people.
Again, see, did you hear the guy? Irony. He brings up irony against ELPRESADOR. Hypocrisy and shit like that. And here we are.
That still watch it religiously and find it entertaining. I kid you not. I don't get it. If you know it's all an act, how is the same thing over and over entertaining? It don't make any sense.
Yet, a lot of his own content isn't genuine, and his own subscribers watch that. Chucky's ego is still there throughout all the videos, being 6'2", 245 pounds.
You didn't make a video taking your most famous chair, mad, portraying that you really mad. You wasn't really mad that it broke. You might have been a little disappointed, but you was breaking it. You was breaking it, slamming it in the basement floor and shit, and destroying it. And you was portraying that you was upset about it. What do you think throwing your fucking controller was doing? What do you think you throwing your fucking controller was doing? You don't think people was looking forward to the controller? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It just went to a angry grandpa. Just went up to a more absurd level, smashing complete TVs. Shit that you just didn't have the nerve to do. Just like you didn't have a nerve to really take that taser gun and really shock yourself with it. You didn't have the cojones. You didn't have the cojones to actually smash a genuine good TV that you paid money for, and you knew you didn't have the cojones to do it, and knowing how you was gonna feel about afterwards. No matter how much money you made for the video or for the video to buy yourself another one, you just don't have the cojones to go that far.
Being a beast for his age. It leads to him hating on people that aren't as athletic as him for their age, saying that fat people should be euthanized after a certain age.
If you're a slob at 60, bottom line is you've been a slob your whole fucking life. You probably should be euthanized.
People with dietary issues should be deported.
Because if I have to be penalized on gluten-free food because of some people that can't eat glutton, then you know what? Move out of our country.
Old people are arseholes, and the list goes on. Speaking of people who are a bit chungus, the hatred for Wings of Redemption returns. It starts off with the usual hatred, calling them fat, and it has been, but it leads to something a bit hypocritical. Wings started to ask for donations for his weight loss surgery in Mexico, a gastric bypass. to get into shape and avoid health complications. Chucky called him a beggar.
You have to dance for the bottom dollar.
Yeah, Chuck himself has asked for donations multiple times, but not with a goal in mind, but just to play Call of Duty. Another thing is that Chuck turned his comments off around 2015 because the comments are starting to get to him.
I got some straight-laced freak-ass niggas saying I did it for attention. You straight Cecil. I think I'm gonna disable the comments in my fucking videos for the simple fact is this. I have a bunch of fucking social rejects. What if I just take it down again just to pump up these straight social reject losers? And I'm like, I can care less what you say. And I got some straight-laced saying I did it for attention.
Then you wouldn't be bringing up what they say and how and showing the effect on you. Then bringing up, I think I might disable comments. Showing a line leading to that action. Showing that there's a motivation to lead into that reaction. It'd be different. Hey, I think I'm going to piss these people off. I'm going to piss some people off, and I'm going to disable comments. And that's going to frustrate some people. But you let tears out first. You let whines out first. You let out a cry first. Then you brung up the conclusion, the consequences to people that has done something to lead you to that. You draw a straight line to show that you're doing it out of a reaction of someone saying something to you. You're going to catch yourself. You're going to catch yourself. Say, oh. and say, oh, it ain't bothering me. It ain't bothering me. I'm just doing this because I want it to bother them that they can't say that stuff no more. Not that it bothers me that they do so. Yeah, right. Again, what happened when you made talking to Robin Williams? Oh, don't be so harsh on me. Oh, don't let the dislikes hit too many more than the likes. Oh my God. Don't even let it be offensive. Don't even let it can't even be offensive. It could be just someone mentioning my name and that person gets blocked. Or that person even theming his channel and saying something that you started yourself to mock me, referring to something that you created to mock me, that I have proven that I put it out there for you to deliberately latch onto, to mock me for it. And what would also prove that it was my narrative to do so? Oh yeah, you getting mad about it. Something that you created, something you spend to mock me for, and yet you can't handle to see it, can't handle to be referred to it, recall it, and you block that person. Shit that's said to you or typed it to you don't bother you. Should I play that? Should I go to that YouTube video where I recorded you reacted to that shit? No one cares. So, ball job blast. Why are you bringing him up? No one cares. No one cares.
Attention. And I'm like, I could care less what you say. Saying I did it for attention.
But he takes the piss out of Wings for turning his own comments off.
They're all gonna laugh at you. I don't care what you say about me, but a certain individual may care about that. They get ridiculed, called out, and they can't take it. They turn off certain things. You see what I'm saying?
Wings
You
also gets-
someone make that say that, and then you right there. I just love how the dude brings up that shows that it turns off certain things. I mean, also you're punishing your overall over certain individuals. It's so real. You block people. Yeah, but I didn't draw a line. I literally literally call out. I literally don't call out that when I do so, or if I do so. And plus the narrative is if it bothered me, I would never unblocked. I blocked to literally show that I don't care, and unblocked to show that I don't care, and I don't even block. I never really truly did block. But here's the thing: there's a difference from blocking. I can say I'm blocking to piss you off and make you create sock accounts to continue commenting. That's puppetizing someone, blocking them and having them create sock accounts, and y'all did for years. Y'all created sock accounts, and and once I seen y'all didn't have that kind of energy anymore, I wouldn't do so, and I didn't really do it my own. I only did it. I did it as a request, fucking from what's his fucking King. King requested for me to unblock y'all, and then even King said it wasn't 100%. It was someone else doing so. Y'all even found out that it was someone else doing so, and paint me as the one doing so, as the blocker. And y'all even some of y'all has even pointed out to other trolls that, hey, it wasn't so real. It was someone else, because it literally at certain times it will literally show who blocked. Y'all are on a narrative to where y'all can find fault in me, but y'all can't. You can't find just like you can't find a scenario where I'm going to lose. I'm not going to lose. I'm 100% the winner. Even when like some people say I'm not going to address someone. If you're looking for me to address you, if you're acknowledging my existence and pushing my existence and looking for acknowledging from me, I'm already the winner. You're already acknowledging that my existence is known by you. And you're wanting me to acknowledge you. I'm already the goddamn winner. I don't give a fuck about you. That one-sided affair involving that other YouTuber that I used to make videos about. A one-sided affair. There are puppets that post links in my comment section, so they can have a little bit more of a nudge in their head that I might be concerned about them, that I might have some sort of interest in them, or just might need to feed their delusions that I have watched their shit because they have posted a link in my comment section. Announcing that they made a video about me or mentioning me or referring to me, and they need that little bit more narrative that I might have done so because they've done so. That's literally what they do. Do you see me? That video, that YouTuber I recently been making videos about. Do you see me posting the links to his video, to the videos I make, or the live streams to his comments in his video? No. I react to one of his streams. When I'm done, do you see me cropping a link to that video and then go to his channel and go to one of his most recent videos and copy and paste a fucking link to to help myself feel like he watched it? No. To make me feel like that he has knowledge of my existence? No. I am the puppet master. Y'all are my bitch.
Chuck responds by saying that Wings is too easy to get to and should be banned off the internet.
This man should not be allowed on the internet. I mean, I hate to say this, but he should not be allowed on the internet. He cannot handle trolls. He feeds into them. He doesn't know how to deal with them. But wait, you should not be allowed on the internet, by the way. Why do you at 49 years old and I look so goddamn good? Any kids out there watching this, you got a hot mother? Send them my way.
Chuck later brings up that Wings threatened to kill him on Twitter a while back because the puppetry was too much for him.
Remember when I mind fucked you so bad I had you threaten to kill me?
Despite Chucky being one of the most rash characters on the internet, he didn't actually...
That's it. I didn't really want the stream to go this long. But that's bottom line, like what I said. This is going to piss y'all off. It's done already had. Y'all left. And but y'all still going to do, like I said. Certain individuals are going to constantly come back. They're going to make comments. There's definitely going to be someone in here that's going to make 5. There's going to be someone in here that's going to make 5. Everything I stated in this video, reacted to, is the truth. Everything, and that's what hurt y'all. Y'all, again, like I said at first, y'all want to believe that this dude making this video draw the narrative that someone got the better of me. No. He drawed a line showing stuff that would happen, and I pointed out the obvious, that a certain someone cannot be believed. I stated true fact things that happened that led up to these scenarios that this dude pointed out within his video, and I pointed out the end result that's still the same way today. Someone can be emotionless and not really care, being referred to someone, me hearing about ELPRESADOR, me, that, feels nothing, definitely has no ill will or hurt, but then there's someone else that obviously has in the past, has recent, and still to this day can at a drop of a hat believe I'm still watching his shit. and be concerned and actually unknowingly show that it matters to him that to believe that I'm still watching his shit. But then again, tell others to go tell that person he believes it's watching. He can tell others to go tell this person that, again, he believes is watching, to tell me how much money he's been donated. While again, I don't matter. I don't matter. Because he was referred to, he was made knowledge of how big my TV that I got recently was. So he needed someone else to tell me, someone that's obviously watching, that obviously doesn't matter. Need someone to go tell me how much money donations he has received. Continue to yield to my will, puppets, and especially you, ELPRESADOR. And thank you. What's his YouTube channel name again? Threading the Needle. Thank you for the exposure. I will put a link to his channel, to this video, in the comments, in the description, and I will make a community board post with a link to the video as well. Now that's so real.